Yo guys, Smilinmonster here, back with another blockchain gaming video, and today we're going to be talking about Mirandus, death mechanics, and music and sound. So let's get to it. So for the last couple of days, I've been going through the whole of Gala Games AMAs and researching information about Mirandus, about Townstar, about Fortified, about all their games that they're planning to release in the next couple of months, or like developer updates. And I've recently found two things about Mirandus that I think you guys should know about, and that's Mirandus death mechanics and how music and sound is going to be incorporated into Mirandus. So I'm going to play a quick clip here of the Gala team talking about death mechanics in Mirandus, and then we'll discuss what that means.
So let's talk a little bit about death then. What does death mean in Mirandus?
I don't know yet, man. I mean, we can't erase your character or anything.
Right.
That'd be too much, you know. We can't take anything away from you because it exists in your wallet. So there's no loss of gear. I mean, it's something big to consider.
Right. Crap.
I mean, we could, you know, we could progressively. Did you just do cool fire?
Me? No.
Oh.
I am naked and running through the forest.
Well, what are our options, right? Like, we can't kill your character. We don't want to destroy your account. We can't take your stuff. You know, it's like, it's something to play with, but I don't know. There's a lot.
I'm gonna get killed.
You know,
Are you chasing me? No.
You can do a sickness, you know, you can do you're super underpowered for some period of time. We could have you go into a dark sleep and your screen turns black. And the higher power, you know, the higher level you are or something, the longer it takes for you to be able to regain your consciousness or something.
Right.
I don't know. I really want to engage the community in that. You know, I feel like everyone's down to go for it and have it be meaningful, so people aren't just charging into the old dungeon to grind out a few this and that.
Right.
It's like we want to make it a big deal. I mean, I think experience loss is a big deal.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because that's kind of like nice pushback in the system, you know. It lets you play too. It lets you jump right back in and keep playing. But
right.
dying over and over again would be really bad. Thresholds, you know, like every X levels, that, you know, you can only fall back. If you fall back in experience, you could maybe fall back a level. You fall back, but every 5 levels, if you hit that particular milestone, that's as far as you can fall back. Something I don't know. We'll have to talk with the community about that.
Community watching this, what do you guys think? What do you want?
How think community?
How would you guys handle this? What does video game death mean to you?
So that was the clip of the head designer who's currently working on Mirandus talking about death mechanics while they're playing Valheim. Now, what I think they're gonna have to do is, because as he said, since it's NFT based and the items are in your wallet, so they can't destroy nothing, because if they destroyed something, you'd be really pissed because you've spent hours and real life money working on those items or equipment and stuff like that, and if they take that away, people are going to get really, really angry. So I don't think they can do anything that's like destroy your account, destroy your NFT, like reduce the maybe durability of a weapon or something like that. But anything related to the NFTs, they're going to have to put to the side because it's going to be in your wallet and your wallet's linked to their account. So I don't think anything like that's going to be what the system will be. What I think it will be an XP based system. So say the level cap is 50, right? So from 1 to 20, when you die, nothing's going to happen. But after 20, each time you level up, there's going to be like a threshold. So if you're 20 to 25, you'll lose like 50% of your XP. And then if you're like 30 to 40, you lose 1 like level. And then if you're like 40 to 50, you'd lose like 2 to 3 levels. Because in the AMAs, I've discovered they want death to be meaningful. Like, if you see a high level character, you're going to be like, wow, how did that guy get to that high level? So they're gonna try and make it so when you die, you might lose XP, you might lose skills, you might lose some type of progression, you might get like sickness, like death sickness. If you die, your stats get reduced by 50% for a certain time, like an hour or two, maybe half a day. You don't know. I don't think they should do a mechanic where you get locked out of the game, because you play the game to enjoy the game, and in your spare time you want to do something fun, right? But if they do a death mechanic where as soon as you die you're logged out of the game for like 2 hours, that's not a good thing. So I don't think they'll do something like that. I'm pretty sure it's going to be XP based and skill based. But in another AMA they talked about generations, right? So I'm thinking that when you create your character, it's going to be generation 0, like the ancient generation. And what I would like to see is, like, if it's generation 0, you get 100% boost to experience or like anything you do, like 100% XP boost. And then every time you die, that gets reduced by 10%. So say you're generation 0, which is ancient, and then you get 100% XP boost to whatever you do. But then if you die, it goes to generation 1 and you get 90% XP boost, and then keep going till like 10, which makes it 0. You don't get any experience boosts because you've already died 10 times, and anything after that is just normal. So if they have like a stat tracker for generations, which would be like death count, and if it's above 11, you know that guy doesn't have his bonuses no more. But if that guy is like level 50, he's got like a rare elf race, and he's ancient, that means that guy hasn't died, he's got to level 50, and he still kept his 100% bonus XP, so he hasn't died. You know, he's playing the game like proper seriously and trying not to die as often. Because in MMOs, if you die, nothing happens, you come back alive, you get revived, and it goes on. In Mirandus, I'm pretty sure they're trying to, because it's like a simulator, right? They're trying to do like a medieval simulator. So if you die, death is gonna mean something. Like dying in Mirandus is gonna hurt. So they want you to prepare. They want to have all the, like, your food buffs, your potions, your equipment, all the tools you need whenever you go exploring or whenever you do something. They want you to be prepared, because if you're not prepared and you die, there's gonna be like a huge debuff. But that's the death mechanics of Mirandus. Now let's move on to sound. So now we're gonna play a clip from another AMA about how McCarthy, the lead Mirandus designer, feels about sound in Mirandus.
But what I want to say about music is that I feel very strongly against having music in games in general. Mirandus especially so. What I mean by that is that I am not going to design and prescribe to you guys some arbitrary soundtrack to the world that, of course, after playing a game for a few hours, you're going to mute because you're sick of hearing that song over and over again, or, you know, a rat starts to attack you and it sounds like you're going into battle with a dragon with some massive orchestral. I don't like that. I don't experience things that way. I don't want that crap in Mirandus. Meaning I don't want to prescribe to you what the soundtrack is. I want you to be in this world. I want you to be living in this world. I want music in this world, but I want it to come from people who are crafting music in this world. I want their compositions to be NFTs. I want people to get mastery in a music skill or ability of some kind, be able to play together across multiple instruments, create masterwork instruments. I want, if you have the experience in Mirandus of hearing music, it is coming from players. It is something players composed. And I want players who are excellent at music and who are composing things within the game to be widely hailed throughout the land. I want it to be an awesome experience for you. I want you to be outside the walls of a city, hear something amazing happening, and be able to walk into the city and try to get as close to that musician as possible. So I want music to feel a little bit more like that, guys, instead of some prescribed orchestral stuff that you're going to be hearing no matter what. When you go into a forest, I'm not going to be playing music at you. You'll just be in a forest.
So that was McCarthy on his opinion on sound and music in Mirandus. And from what we can learn, right, is that exactly what he said is true. Like, when I play a new game, I listen to the music, I listen to the background music. It sounds cool for like a couple of hours and then I just mute it. Why? Because I'm on Discord, because I'm watching YouTube videos in the background, and I'm just having something else on that's not the music that's repetitive. So he's gonna make it so sound and music are gonna play a huge role in Mirandus, right? Like he said, composers or artists are gonna make songs in the form of NFTs, and there's currently a halfling that gets bonus to playing music. So if that halfling plays an NFT music made by somebody, you're gonna be drawn to that tavern. So for example, On-Chain Gaming has got his Drunken Duck Tavern guild and organization that he's setting up. So if he hires a halfling who's playing good music with a good NFT, and his taverns have halflings that are playing music, you're automatically going to get drawn to that tavern rather than another tavern or inn that doesn't have music, that's just sitting there. Why? Because it's going to have good atmosphere and people are already going to be there, and it's going to be like a social gathering thing, right? So that's one way to incorporate sound. And another thing, like combat side, when you start fighting, it's not going to be like epic boss music, orchestral like battle music like that, because that doesn't happen in real life, right? They're trying to do it simulation. What it will mean is that if you're in the forest and you're fighting something, or you're gathering wood, or you're just doing some type of exploring, and you hear like a twig snap, it's either you gotta prepare yourself because there's wolves coming, or there's probably a rabbit. But as soon as you hear that sound, you're gonna have to pay attention, because you don't know if it's a good or bad sign. You're gonna have to get in like defensive or combat mode in case it is like a pack of wolves or like a bear or something, like an enemy, or if it's friendly. And I don't know if it's gonna work like this, but if you move, say you step on a branch, maybe there's a group in front of you that they hear that you're stepping on a branch, and they're gonna tell you like, this spot's already claimed, like we're using this to farm, because there's not gonna be PvP in Mirandus right now. But they did say there might be wars between kings, so we still have to wait and see about that. But it's not gonna be open world PvP. So there's gonna be spots where people are gonna be congesting for grinding spots, right? Like they're gonna be fighting for the grinding spot. But if you hear people coming, you can get ready. Like instead of fighting the monster, you can try and send one of your people to talk to the group that's coming and say, we've already claimed this spot, unless they want to contest for it, where you start fighting each other. But then it's going to turn into the mechanics of who gets the experience. Like in most games, whoever deals the most damage gets experience. Or other games is where you tag the monster first, that means you're going to get the kill. So it depends how they implement that system. But those are two things that I thought you guys should know about Mirandus, is the death mechanics, what they're planning so far, and what music and sound means in Mirandus. But if you have any ideas of what you think they should do for like the death mechanics or the sound and music, leave them in the comment section below. And if you want to leave them on the Gala Games Discord, there's the suggestion section for Mirandus. If you have any ideas, just pop in there and like leave your suggestions, and you never know, maybe they might use it, or maybe they might contact you to get more information on it. But the Gala Games company is really, really good at communicating with the community and building the community. So they mainly use Discord. Their Reddit isn't like up to date. There's only a few members, but they're mainly focused on Discord. So if you want to learn about Mirandus or anything Gala Games related, join the Gala Games Discord, and they have a whole community of just dedicated like fans and player bases and people that are just waiting, like you and me, for Mirandus to be launched. So that's all for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully you learned what death and sound mean in Mirandus. So I'll see you guys in the next blockchain gaming video.